Today we are going to learn about the simple machines. So let's start. What is a simple machine? A simple machine is a simple tool which is used to make the work easier. What now? In this simple machines, we are going to learn about some types of simple machines. The inclined plane, the lever, wedge, screw, pulley, wheel and axle. So like these types of simple machines we are going to study. Okay. So, as we saw, what is a simple machine? It's a simple tool which is used for making the work easier. If you want to make our work easier, then we are going to use these simple machines. Now, the complex machines. The second type of machine is a complex machine. Okay. Now, the complex machine, just a minute. Yeah. The complex machine. The machine which has many parts which carry out many processes for completing a single task that they are called as complex machines. And for this purpose, the parts they are joined to one another. So therefore, they are called as complex machines. And there are some parts of these complex machines they are actually the simple machines. And this structure of this complex machines it's very complicated, huh? It's not simple. Now, why do we use these machines? In our day-to-day life, we use these simple or complex machines depending upon the task we need to carry out and the time and the efforts which are required to do this work. Yes, so we use these simple machines to make our work easier. Now, let us learn about some simple machines. First, we are going to learn about the inclined plane. Now, what is first? Let's take an example of an inclined plane. A heavy drum is to be loaded into a truck. Ravi chose a plank, while Emmett chose a plank B, where he does not use a plank. Now, if a sanding plank, it's used to lift up weight, and we have to bear less weight of the weight, and the lifting it becomes easier. Yes, so such a plank, it's called as inclined plane. And the more gradual the slope will be, the lesser the weight we need to bear. Okay? And the shorter will be the inclined plane. But we need to bear a greater weight when the inclined plane will be short. Okay. Now let's learn about the next inclined plane, which is a screw. Now let's take an example to understand this. Cut a triangular piece of paper ABC. Draw a red line along the edge AC. Now roll this paper around a pencil as shown in the picture. What do you see? Yes, the inclined side of AC of the triangle. It is descending gradually from A to C. Yes, it's rolling up. Yes, so the threads on the screw they are made in the same way, which you can see in this picture over here. So that is why when a screw is fitted on the it goes on as if it's going round the inclined plane. गोल गोल घूमता है वैसे लगता है हम लोग को. So therefore, the less force is required to fit that screw like a rolled up inclined plane. Yes, which is made up of iron strip than to hammer that nail. Yes, because hammering that nail is requiring more effort. Na? Now, a winding road or the ghat, it goes up the mountain. It's also inclined plane because it helps the ghat. It's made in a way on the mountain that also helps the big vehicles to climb up and down the mountain easily. Okay. Now we are going to learn about a wedge. Just a minute, wedge. Okay, look this. An axe which is used for cutting wood. So for cutting this wood, we are going to take a blunt tool or a sharp tool. Of course, we need to take a sharp tool now because the wood is hard. So to cut that, we need a sharp tool only. So that sharp tool, which is formed on joining two inclined plane, that tool is called a wedge. Okay. Now wedge, it is used for breaking up an object in two pieces or to separate that objects which are put it together. An axe, knife, all these are the examples of the wedges. Okay. Now we are going to learn about a lever. Let me tell you what is a lever first. Let's take an example first. A farmer, he is using a strong crowbar to remove the big stone which is like put it down on the farm. Now that machine is called a lever. Now what exactly is a lever? Lever is a machine which is used to pick up the very heavy weight, the weight which is very heavy. To pick up it, we call that machine as a lever. Now that lever, it is having three parts. Yes, how many parts? Three parts. The first is the effort, second is the load, and the third is the fulcrum. Now in this lever, the support at which the rod of the lever it is rested, it's called as the fulcrum of the lever. And among that, the lever will rotate above the fulcrum. Now the weight at which the lever or the force against the lever which is it is acting, it is called as the load. Yes, and the arm of the lever from the fulcrum to the load is called as the load arm, means as the arm of the load. Now the force which is applied on the other end or of the rod to lift that load, it's called as the effort. Means we need effort to put to lift any weight. Yes, so that is called effort. Now the part of lever from the fulcrum to the effort, it is called as the effort arm. Okay. Now this lever, it is again having three parts. Just a minute. Okay. This lever, it is again having three parts. The first part is the fulcrum, second part is the effort, and the third part is the load, as I told. Now first let's see what is the lever in the first order. The fulcrum, here it is in the center and the load is at the one end. Here the fulcrum is in the center and the load is at the one end and the effort is at the one end. Now the lever which is in the second order, what is the situation over here? This fulcrum which is there, it is over here at one side. In between we have the load, and at this another side we are having the effort. Okay, so this is the lever which is in the second order. Now the lever which is in the third order. Here the fulcrum is at the side only, but here the effort will be in the between. The effort which was at the side in the second order, it will be in the between now, and the load will go at the side. So you understood the lever in the first order and second order and third order. What will happen again? Let's revise. This is a big concept. So, okay, the lever which is in the first order, fulcrum is in the between, load and effort at the other ends. Now here in the second order, what is the situation? Load is in the between, fulcrum and effort they are on the one sides. Now in the third order, what is the situation? The effort is in the between, the fulcrum and load are on the other sides. Okay, now let's learn about a pulley. Now I move to a pulley. A pulley is a wheel which is with a rope and which is wrapped around it. It's a pulley. Okay. Now, how do we use it? We help to why do we use it exactly? It is helping us to move things up and down. So we are using this pulley. The device with a grooved wheel and thread. It's designed to lift up weight. It is called as pulley. If you use a pulley, the pulley can apply down when it can apply down the other direction for lifting the weight in the upper direction. This is a very convenient and easy method. Am I right? So you also have seen this in the examples of pulley in day-to-day life. Now we are going to learn about a wheel and axle. just a minute. Huh. Wheel and axle. Huh. Now this wheel and axle. Um, huh. What is a wheel and axle? Now when you see a giant wheel just fitted to a rod in the center, so that rod, it is called an axle. The rod which against the wheel moves, this rod, it is called as an axle of the wheel. And when the axle, it will rotate with the help of electricity. The wheel which is fitted to it, the wheel which is fitted to it, what will happen? That will also start rotating. Yes, so this combination of wheel and axle, it's also a simple machine. We also see innumerable examples of this wheel and axle, like the tire in the cycle or in the motorcycle or in the car. Now let's study about the maintenance of machines. Now how you're going to maintain these machines. Parts of the machines which rub against each other when they are used. The solid dusty parts, they can create more friction, and from these some parts they are affected by the weather. They rust, they erode. So the machines, they get damaged and it is becoming useless due to this wear and tear. So to avoid this situation, we need to take care that machines, they are maintained properly. So now during the maintenance of machine, all its part, they should be wiped very cleaned. Okay, and oil and lubricant, it will be released between the parts which rub against each other. So the wear and tear will not happen, and it will cause less friction between the two parts which are rubbing against each other. Now the machines, they are also they must be also covered when we are not using that, to prevent the dust which is settling on them, and also to prevent the effect of whether the metallic parts in that machine, they should be pointed externally, and the machines, they should always be keep should be kept dry